So in today's session, we are going to focus on the functions. Okay, what are all the basic things we have already seen? So we will see how to create a function in Python. Then we will be seeing about the string handling. Then we will discuss about the library, which is Numpy library. We will see, okay, how to use it and what are all the operations we can able to perform using this Numpy library. So first we will start with the function part. So generally function means, it will contain a set of instructions. Uh, to make it in a very simple term, if I want to say means, suppose you want to create a coffee. Okay, coffee machine is there. Every time you are not going to the machine and typing the program, right? So you will simply click on the, how many coffees you want, what type of coffee you want. Like that, you will choose the option and you will click on a button to proceed. Automatically, the machine will start making the coffee. Just imagine if there is no any function like that. Every time you have to go to the machine and you have to type the program. Okay, I want this much ml of milk, I want this, how to prepare it, those things. If I want to give instruction again and again means, it is going to be a very difficult task. Right. So to avoid that only, what we will do is we create all the instruction. We will make it into a single function. So every time when I call a function, automatically whatever statements inside the function is there, that will get executed. So in Python also we are having different types of function is there. Okay, we will see one by one. So this is one of the simple example how to create a function and how to call a function. So in Python, if you want to create a function means, we have to give the def keyword. Okay, we have to use the keyword called def, then space, and you have to give the function name of the function. Then we have to give open and close bracket. Then you have to give a colon. Then next, if you are giving the enter, automatically one indentation will come. Then we have to type our statement. So we can type as many statements as we want. So this is known as function definition. We are defining a function. When I call this particular function name display or any function means what operation it has to be performed. That only we will give it in the statement part. So this is function definition. And one thing we need to remember is when before calling a function, it has to be created. So that is why we define the function first. First, we have to define the function. Then only we can able to call that particular function. Okay. So here, if you see means I have called the function. So how it will run in our program, like how our Python will understand is, we all know Python will execute line by line. So first what it will do is it will see the function is there. So it will create some memory. Okay, it will create some memory. In that memory, it will store some space for the function. Okay, display function is there. Okay, like that it will store it. Then it will come to the main program. In the main program, whenever the function has been called, it will go to the memory. So in the memory, all the program has been written, right? So from there, it will start executing. Okay, any point of the time we can call the function and it will redirect to this particular location. Okay, from here it will start executing the program. Once the function has been executed, it will return back to its same position. Okay, here only I have called means again it will come back to this position. Then it will move on to the next lines. So similarly here also I have called the function. So it executed the print statement. Hello, champs. Then it has been printed here. Okay. And we are having four different ways we can create a function. So let us see what are they. So first, if you take means we can create a function, okay, without argument and without return type. Then second method, if you go means again we can go with without argument and with return type. Then third method will be with argument and without return type. Then finally we will be having both with argument and with return type. Okay, so four different ways we can actually able to create our function. So your argument means nothing but some values we will pass whenever we are calling a function. And similarly, return type means after executing that particular function, whether the function is returning any value or not. So that is what comes under the return type. Okay. Then if you see that means, so in this function will come under without argument and without return type. Okay. So here you can able to see it clearly. Here I have called a function, but I have not passed anything here. Similarly, here also I am just directly printing the statement, but I am not using any return type. So that is why we are saying this comes under the without argument and without return type. So we will see other examples as well. So here if you see means we are having one function. Again, I have created another one function. In that function, I have passed two parameter a comma b. Okay, and what I am doing is inside the function, I am doing some operations, some difference, divide operation I am performing. Then finally, I am printing the statement add. What is the output of add? What is the output of subtract? What is the output of divide? Those things I am performing here. And this method you already know. Okay, this comes under the print format method. Right. So in the format, I am passing all the values according to the index. So in the main program, I am getting two variable from the user. Okay, I want that particular variable in integer format. So I am converting to int of input of enter the first number and enter the second number I have given. Then I am passing two variable into my function. See here, if you see means arith, that is my function name, right? While I'm passing the variable 1 and variable 2 which I have created here. In the function what will happen is whatever value received here, it will be passed to these parameters. So now what will happen is a value become like whatever I am value passing it here. For example, variable 1 I am just passing value as 10. Variable 2 I am passing value as 5. Now what will happen? Here A will be stored like A will get the value of 10 and B will get the value of 5. Now it will perform this operation. Sum is equal to a plus b. So 10 plus 5, 15 it will store. Then difference, again 10 plus 5, I mean 10 minus 5, 5 will it will store. Then for divide, a divided by b. Okay, 10 divided by 5, it will return me 2. So all this value will be stored and it will be printed here. So that is why in the output we are seeing this. Fine. So in this way we can pass the values. Here we cannot leave call a function without passing this two parameter. Okay, we have to pass these two parameter, otherwise it will throw some error. Okay, so we should be cautious. We cannot pass only one value also. That also not allowed. Okay, if it is asking for two value means we have to pass two value unless it is having some default value. So we have already seen lot of built-in functions, right? Best example you can remember is range. When I'm saying about the range, we can give the start value, stop value, and then step value. Three things we can give. I told, right? So these are the, like here A and B. Similarly, in range, we are having start, stop, and then step. Okay. Here, which value is mandatory is this stop value will be like mandatory one. We cannot uh, give call a range function without passing any value. If you are passing only one value means that value will be stored in the stop. So that time what will happen is our function will take the default values of these two parameters. So default value of start will be always 0. Similarly, step value of default step value will be always 1. Okay. So we can change it by passing a new value. Otherwise, it will go with the default one. Okay. This will be a best example. Okay. So in the previous same similar like the previous program only this program also. But here what we are doing is we are not printing all the values in the function itself. Instead, after performing the calculation, we are returning the values. Okay, I have calculated the sum, I have calculated the difference, I have calculated the division. Here are the values. So what will happen is we have to create one variable and we have to store all the values written by our function. So this will be very helpful because we can later use that values in our main program. If you are directly printing it means further if you want to use that value, you need that value means we cannot able to access it. So mostly we will prefer giving a return value instead of printing it directly. So whenever you are creating a function, make sure you give a return function if needed. Okay, if completely not necessary for a return means that is also completely fine. So since we have given return here, we have to create a variable like here we have created like a result. Then we are passing all the values here. Here all the values will be passed in the form of tuple. Okay, by seeing the bracket itself, we can able to see. Okay, this data type is in the form of tuple. Once it has been returned, we can able to access each and every value separately with the help of the index number. Here I am giving result of 1, so it is returning me the difference value. So this is the benefit of using the return value instead of printing the answer in the function itself. So here this example comes under with argument and with return type because we are passing the argument also and we are returning the output values also. Okay. Sometimes what will happen is we will have a scenario like we have to pass multiple values into our function. Sometimes we need to pass 5 values, sometimes we need to pass 10 values. Likewise, it will change time to time. We cannot say I want to pass only fixed number of value. So it will be difficult for us to create as many parameter as required. Okay, one time I need 5 means I cannot go and change my program to 5 values. Similarly, if I want only 10 values means I cannot go and change my function again and again. Right. So user need will change time to time. So to avoid that, what we are doing is we are giving this type of variable. So in this variable, if you note means we are giving one star in front of that variable name, or we can say the parameter. The actual term we can use it is parameter, but it is also again a variable only. Okay. When I give star and then the name means what our function will understand is okay, this is a uh, variable which can hold multiple values. It will act like a tuple. Again, whatever value you are passing from your main program, it will be passed to this particular variable as in the tuple format only. Okay, so if the user is giving three value, it will accept. If the user is giving two value also, it will accept. Everything will be stored in the data. Here, the data variable it will store. Then later we can access with the index number. Okay. So here what we are doing is A equal to 1, B equal to 2, C equal to 3 we are giving. Then we are trying to print. So in the print itself, we are calling that function. That way also we can do. In the print itself, I am calling the function and I am passing the three values. So all three values will be stored in the data. So how it will be stored is data equal to, so whatever value you have passed, it will be stored like this. Then here inside my function, what I am doing is sum is equal to 0 and I have created a for loop to access each and every value present in my data variable. Okay, for I in range, okay, we know the range function. We are giving length of data. Okay, what this length of data will do is it will return me how many values, okay, number of values present in my data. So how many values are present? Three values, right? So it will return three. So range of three. We know range of three if we are giving means automatically it will start from 0, 1, 2. It will stop here. And index also same 0, 1, 2. So it will match. Then what we are doing is sum equal to sum plus data of I. Okay, the I value will change time to time, right? Starts from 0, 1, 2, it will change. So how it will work is first some value is 0, right? So 0 plus data of 0. Data of 0 means first value is what? 1. So 0 plus 1, 1. Now the sum value will get updated. So now 1 plus data of 1. So data of 1 means 2. So 2. 1 plus 2 which is 3. Then again some value will be updated to 3. So 3 plus data of 2. What is data of 2? 3. So 3 plus 3 which is 6. So final output we are getting it as 6. Okay, we are returning the sum value and the final value is going to be 6. So here we don't need to specify n number of variables. Only we have to give one variable and we just have to give star. Okay. Suppose if you want to give like I want to have some variables value should be stored and for remaining extra variables alone I want to store it in a separate variable like this. Then what we can do is So A comma B comma, then also I can give star data or star value. So whatever you want to give, you can give it like this. This type is accepted. So we can give normal values, we can give a default values, and then we can give this type of value. But we should not give star data, and then if you are giving A, B or any variable name means this is wrong. Okay, so all the values will be stored in this particular variable only, and it will not allocate any values to this, and it will throw error also. Okay, so this is the format. Okay, we have to give the default parameter, and then we have to give the required parameters. Then only we have to give this star parameter. Okay, there is another method also is there. Okay, in that what we will do is we will give double star. Okay, we will give double star, and then we will pass the variable name. Like that, if you are giving means we can pass the values as key value pair. Okay, I want to specify with a name, or I want to specify with some value means, then we can use this method. So when you are passing the value, how we have to pass it? For example, I'm having a arith, okay, double star data like that is there means how I have to pass it. Here I have to pass A equal to 1, comma B equal to 2, comma C equal to 3. Like that, if you are passing means inside our program also we can use the same variable name. Okay, we can use that name and we can run this particular function. It will work accordingly. Okay, so here we have taken one simple function. Okay, the function is to check whether the given value is string type or a number type. So user is giving some value, and we are taking that value in the function, and we are checking whether the given function is a string or a number. Okay, accordingly it will return the value in our program. So here if you see means first we will go to the main program. So in the main program have a variable called var, and I am passing a value as hello champs. Then I am passing that variable to a function called type check. So directly it will go to this line. So here now the value, in the value only it will store that hello champ. Then what I'm doing is I'm checking the if else statement. If is instant. So is instance is nothing but an again one built-in function only. So with this instance we can able to find whether the given value is equal to the data type which we have passed here. So two values we are passing. One is the value we got from the user, and another is the data type we want to compare with. So when it compares, it will return either true or false. So in our program, it is true, right? Hello champ is a string only. We are comparing it with string. So if true will become, so automatically it will start printing the it is string. This line will be printed in our output, and our function will stop executing. Okay, next we are going to see the string handling. Okay, what are all the different ways we can able to handle the strings in Python? So here we are taking one data and we are passing it like hello champs, and we are trying to perform some various operation like slicing. We can say it as slicing. So first we are finding the length of the data. So we will use this length method for string, list, tuple. So various places we will need to know the length of our particular data. So we will simply give it as len, and then we will pass the variable name for which we need to find the length. Then data of 2 in the square bracket I have given 2. Okay. So this you may know, like data of 2 means we all know that index starts from 0. So for H 0 will be the index, for E 1 will be the index, and for L 2 will be the index. So automatically we can say for data of 2 it will return L as my output. Okay, then what about this one data of, I have given colon and then I have given 6. Then I have closed my square bracket. So for this, what will be the output? We all know that whenever we are giving the end value in Python, it will take always less than one value. So here I have passed this 6. So it will take the value up to 5. So here if I start counting means, so 0, 1, 2 we have seen. Here 3 is there. 4. This space is known as the fifth character. When we are counting, we will just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 like that. We will count only the characters, right? But when a programming, even space also counted as one of the character. So 5 will come, fifth index will come up to the space. So it will return hello along with the space. Okay. If this you understood, so here we haven't passed any start value, right? So automatically it will take the default value as 0. So from 0 to 5 it will take. Then what about this one? Data. I have given the start value and I have given colon and I didn't give the end value. So for this, what output I will get? So here what will happen is if you are not passing any end value, automatically it will take the length of that particular data. So last length, which is nothing but complete length, it will come like 12. So here we can able to see 12 is there, right? So 3 colon 12 it will take, and we know Python will take up to 11. So 3 to 11, which is till the last value it is going to print. So 3 we have given, right? So it will start from L. So output will be looking like LO space and then champs. Like that we will get the output. Then in this line, we have given 1 colon 11. So we have mentioned up to 11. Okay. So it will take up to 10. So 1 to 10. So this one is 5 means 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So up to P, it will return the output. And it 1 we have given. So it will ignore the H. So it will start from ELLO space, then CHEAMP. Okay. It will not print the S. Then the last one, if you see, means we didn't pass the start value, we didn't pass the end value, but we have given the step value. Default step value is 1, but we have changed it to -1. So in Python, another one concept you need to remember is in string. We are not only having positive index, but also we are having negative index also. Negative index means it will be in minus. Okay, so negative index always starts from right to left. Okay, positive index always starts from left to right. Okay, we all know 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 like that it is starting. Similarly, for the reverse index or the negative index, it will start from -1 and it will start from the right side. So -1, -2, -3 like that, it will go on. Okay. So here I have given -1. So what will happen is it will take the last character first. So what exactly you will get it as output is you will get the reverse of the string. Okay, we haven't passed the start value and stop value, so it will take start value as 0 and it will take the stop value as till the length of the data. So the output will be of like complete reverse of that particular string. So this is going to be the output. So you can see all the outputs here. Okay, so now we are going to see what are all the methods are there for the string data type. So we already know in the data structure of the Python, for each data structure, we are having various methods, inbuilt methods are there. Similarly, for string also various methods are there. In that, we are going to see what are all the commonly used, most frequently we are again and again using means. Those methods are given here. So we will see one by one. So first we are having this data 2. We have created one variable, and in the variable we have passed this particular value. If you know give a closer look, you can able to see that the variable value we have passed, it is having space in the front as well as in the back, and we haven't given any space between hello and the champ. We just given the comma. Okay, we have just given the comma in between. And these spaces are unwanted space, right? So we have to remove them. So how we can remove them? With the method. So for that only we will use the method called dot strip method. So what this dot strip will do, it will remove all the spaces in the beginning and end of our string. Okay. In case if you are not having spaces in the both front and the back, okay, you are having only in the end of the string, or if you are having only in the beginning of the string means, then we can also use L strip and we can use R strip. Okay. L means left hand side it will strip. R means right hand side it will strip. And it will always strip in the end and the beginning only, not in the middle. Okay. Suppose hello space champ is there. Okay, our strip will not go and disturb this space. Okay, so that is why we are using this strip method only for the beginning and the end. Either you can do it separately for left or the right. And then I'm just trying to print that particular new data here. Again, this will also pass a return a new string. It will not update the original string. Original string remains the same. Okay, then I want to split the sentence into a word by word. I want to split. Then what I can do is I can go for this particular split method. Okay, here if you see means I've taken the stripped data. Okay, I have stripped, so it has been formatted. So in that data, I am performing the split operation. By default, if you are not passing anything, okay, any values inside the split means it will take space as the default value. So how it will split is, for example, remove space in beginning and ending is there, right? Suppose this is the sentence I'm having. It will split on each space and it will create a word and it will store it in one list. Okay, so remove comma, space, comma, in beginning and end, like that it will create a words. So here also what happened is, here we don't have any space. Okay, there is no any space between hello and the champ. So for that only what we are doing, okay, I want to split based on the comma, okay, in the middle. So that is why I'm mentioning that comma in the quotes. We can give single quote or double quote, and we have to pass comma or any symbol if you want, means you can give. Even based on the text also we can able to split. Okay, then I'm passing that new value into the clean data. So the clean data will have the list format, so you can see it here. So hello comma champ, so this is one separate word and this is one separate word. Now then what I am doing is I am taking only one word which is in the index number 1, which is nothing but the champs. So I'm taking the word champs and then I'm performing these operations. So what are all the operation we will see. First, what I'm doing is I'm giving dot upper. So it will change the values or the characters to the upper case. Okay, if it is in the lower case, assume that all the words are in the lower case. CHAMPS, everything is small means it will convert everything into caps. That is the purpose of this dot upper method. Similarly, we are having dot lower. So what it will do, it will see whichever character is uppercase, it will just convert to the lower case. And then we are having capitalize. Suppose I want to convert only the first letter of each word to caps. Then I will go for this capitalize method. Then we are having replace method. So if I use this replace method, I can change the old value. Okay, we have to specify what value you want to change and what is the new value you want to update. So once I run this means I will where and all it is seeing the comma. Okay, in our program we are having only one comma. So in that particular place alone, it will change the value to star 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 like that. In which format we have given, accordingly it will change. So here you can able to see the outputs. Okay, now we are going to see the numerical Python NumPy library we are going to see. So we are going to see why we are going for this NumPy. What is the difference between a NumPy and the list? Okay, how it is better than that? Why we need it for the data analysis? Everything we are going to see now. The main purpose we are going for this NumPy library is to provide high performance multi-dimension array. Okay, so when it comes to the array concept itself, we are having like single dimension, two dimension, and then multi-dimension features are there. Mostly we will be dealing with one dimension, two dimension, maximum three dimension we will go. More than that, it will be very difficult to handle. And also we can use the same thing in list, but when you are doing it in the list it will be very more complicated, time consuming, as well as it will take lot of memory as well. So to avoid all these things we are going for this NumPy library, and this particular NumPy library is built from the C programming language. Okay, so it will be much faster when compared to a normal list. Okay, we will see the comparison of NumPy and then list here. So first is NumPy occupies less memory compared to the list. Then NumPy is much faster than list. Then NumPy is easier than list. Okay, lot of complicated operation we are doing in the Python can be done very simply, like adding to number, how simple it is. Similar way we can perform array operation. Okay, we can add two arrays, we can perform various operation in a simple method. That is why NumPy is very easier and very faster, and also it consumes very less memory. Okay, let us see the NumPy array programs. Okay, what all the NumPy array programs are there? We will see one by one. Okay, so whatever libraries we are going to see in the upcoming sessions, those libraries will not be available by default in our Python program. Okay, unless you are using the Anaconda. Uh, Remaining places you have to install those library, then only you can able to import it into your program and you can able to use it. Okay, if you are using Anaconda Lite, or if you are using Google Colab for the first time, if you are using a normal Python ideally, there and all you have to install them first, then only you can able to use it. So to install it, if you are using Google Colab or Anaconda itself, if you are using and if you want to install it, means in the cell itself, you can simply give this particular line, pip install whatever library you are going to install. Here, if I'm going to install NumPy, I have to give NumPy. If I'm going to install pandas means I have to give pandas. So whatever the library name, actual name is, that we have to pass it here. So this pip is nothing but a Python package manager where all the libraries, official libraries will be stored. So we can able to install them at any point of time. Okay. If you are using Google Colab and if this line is not properly getting executed, then simply what we can do is we can add exclamatory mark in front of that particular line. So it will automatically will start executing. Sometimes, sometimes if you are doing some project, okay, already existing project you are doing, and in that project they are mentioning, okay, you have to use NumPy, this particular version only you have to use. Like that they are mentioning means, and you want to install that particular version into your program. Then simply what we can do is pip install numpy. We have to mention the version also equal to, and then what version you want to install. Suppose I want to install 1.10.2 anything. Okay, version will change time to time. I'm just specifying on random version. If this particular version exists, then automatically it will start installing that particular version. Okay, so in this way also we can able to install our library. So after installing, usually it will ask you to restart your kernel. Okay, if it is already installed in your system, you don't need to run this again and again, and it will return an output like requirement satisfied. Like that, it will return you the output. If you are getting like this means you don't need to install them again. So how to find that whether that particular package or library is installed or not in my program is directly we can give the import statement. You can give the import statement and you can check if it is throwing error means then you have to install it. If it is not throwing any error, then simply you can start proceeding with your program. Okay, to find that, what you have to do is simply you can give import space and the library name. Okay, if you are giving the library name and you are running that particular line alone, if already exists means without any error, it will execute. If not exists means it will return error. So you can start using that pip install method to install the library. Then you can proceed with it. So here, if you see means I have given import space numpy space as np. So what this as np means is we are giving some alias name to this particular library. We are giving some short name to this particular library. So later in our program, once we have given like this means wherever we want to give it as numpy, we have to replace it with np. Okay. That is what I have done in the next line. I have created an array. So to create an array in the NumPy, we have to give np dot array. Okay, here if I have not mentioned this as np means we have to give numpy dot array. Okay, if you are checking the documentation or other things means there they might have given a numpy, or if they have also used the np means you can also directly copy and paste that program, it will work. Suppose in the program they have given numpy and you have given alias name. Okay, it is not necessary you have to give np only. Okay, suppose if you are giving another different name, if you are planning to give ny nm, like that if you are changing means same thing you have to follow in the entire program. To avoid confusion only what we are doing is we are going for the universal method. Okay, universally we shortly call numpy as np. So I am creating an array np dot array open and close bracket, and then I am passing the values in square bracket. So we have to put square bracket and we have to pass all the values. So this is known as the single dimension array. Okay, only one dimension it is going to have. So when you say two dimension, single dimension means row wise it is going to be there. When you say two dimension, it will be going to be in the form of rows and columns. Okay. Accordingly, we will pass the value. So if you want to create a multi-dimension array, again array we have given open bracket, close bracket, C bracket we have given. Then in the single square bracket, okay, always we have to give the single square bracket. Inside that we have to pass row wise. Okay, first square bracket I have given four values, comma. Then in the second C bracket I have given another four values. So it will consider it as two rows. Okay, when I try to run that program, if I'm trying to print with the B, then you can able to see the output. Output is not coming the same line. It is coming next line. Even if I give it in square bracket or if I give it in a C bracket, the output it will come in the square bracket only. So this is considered as row 1 and this one will be the row 2. Similarly for column, vertically we will call it as column and horizontally we call it as row. So these basic things I guess you all know, okay, what is row and what is column. So if you already know me, just give me a thumbs up. Okay. So then we are having range of values in array. So every time we don't need to give each and every value. Okay, one by one if we are giving means it will take time. So randomly I want to take some values or I want to take values in a range. Okay, from one range to another range I want to take, or even I want the values in decimal numbers. Then we can go for these methods. Okay, already we have seen range in Python, right? Here we are having a range, which is nothing but array range, and then we are passing some value. Like if I pass 10 means it will take the value from 0 to 9. Okay. Suppose I want values in point. Okay, I don't want whole numbers. I want some decimal numbers. Then what we can do is, okay, this is somewhat different method. Line space is there. So what this line space method will do is, we have to specify the start value and the stop value, and we have to specify how many equal divisions you want, how many equal interval I want to split the data. Okay, so here I'm saying in this example 1 comma 5. So start value I want 1 and the end value I want 5 and I want totally 6 different values. Okay, so what it will do is from 1 to 5, how it can able to split it into equal parts. I want totally 6 parts like that. So how if I divide means I will get the equal interval. Accordingly, it will split the values. So here you can able to see the output. Start value 1, that is default. Similarly, stop value is 5. Okay, up to 5 it has taken. Okay, it is not like normal Python. I left the last one. It has taken till the last value 5. And if you check the difference between one value and the another value, 1.8 is there. If I subtract it means I will get zero point 0.8. Similarly, 2.6 minus 1.8 if I do also zero point 0.8. So it has taken zero point 0.8 equal difference for one number and the another number. Okay, instead of 6 if you are 10 if you are giving means then accordingly it will split the values. Okay, so this way we can create some range of values in the array. Okay. Now we will see what are all the properties of array. Okay, so how we are having different methods. Similarly for array also we are having various properties. Okay, we will see one by one what are all the properties we are having. So I have created two array. A, okay, it is in single dimension array, and then B, it is in a two dimension array. And then for the A array, I am just finding each and every property. So first property is I want to know the dimension of the array. Okay. So dimension by seeing, I'm saying it is single dimension, it is two dimension, but as a program, I want to find it means I have to use this particular attribute. Okay, there is a difference between attribute and a method. Okay, when I say method, it will have open and close bracket next to that particular method name. Okay, we will be seeing lot of examples before also, right? We have seen upper, lower, lot of things we have seen. There we have used open and close bracket even if you are not passing any value into that brackets. But here if you see means we have not used any bracket, but still we are giving the array or the variable name and dot, and we are calling it, right? So these things we call it as attribute. And if we are giving with open and close curly bracket, we call them as method. Okay, here ndim if I give means it will return me the dimension of the array. And if I give a dot item size, it will return me the size of each item. Okay, whether it is a integer means 4, 8, something it will return. Again, it will change from version to version, program to program. If they have updated something means output may change. Okay, how much space each item is taking. So that it will be displayed here. Then d type is nothing but the data type of that particular array. Okay, in array we can able to store same data type format only. Okay, we cannot give mixed. Even if you are giving also, it will try to store it in a same format. So we will need to know whether it is an integer type or it is a float type, or any other type. So to know that we are giving a dot d type. Okay, it will return the data type. So here what we are doing is a dot size. Okay, a dot size means like how we have used the length function. Similar way here, a dot size if you give means how many number of elements are there, it will return. Okay, into a dot item size. What is the size of each item? So if I multiply means I will know the total size of that particular array. Okay, how much space it has taken in the memory, that I can able to find it. And then a dot size is there. Shape. Okay, when we are going for more than one dimension, we need to know the shape also. Shape in the sense how many row is there, how many column is there. For B, if you the shape is going to be 2 comma 4. So here 2 represent the row. Always first value represent the row and the second value represent the column. So accordingly you have to enter the value. So we know that here we are having 2 rows and then 4 columns. So it will return 2 comma 4. So here is the output, and you don't need to get confused like, okay, here, 8 is there, 32 is there, int 64 is there. And when you are trying to run the program, okay, if you are giving the same set of program, and if you are getting instead of 8, 4, instead of int 64, you are getting int 32 also, no need to get worry. Like maybe they might have updated. Okay. So then we are having array reshape. So we can reshape the array, which means when we are creating at the time the array is in different shape. So just now only we have seen, right, shape attribute. I want to change that. Okay, from one shape to another shape means that is also possible. Okay. Mostly where we will use this reshaping method directly is when we are creating, okay, range of values when we are creating. At that time, along with it, we can give dot reshape, and we can give in what shape you want to convert all this value. But one thing we need to remember is how many elements are there in your array that we should be considered. So accordingly only we can able to reshape our array. Okay. So let's take one example. Suppose I am having 12 elements in my array. So what are all the possible reshaping I can do is, okay, 12 elements I can keep it as it is, or I can convert, 2 comma 6. 2 comma 6 means two rows, and in each row I will have six values. So six columns. So I can do 2 comma 6, or I can do 3 comma 4, three rows and four columns. So how we can find whether the giving combination will give the correct output or not is simply if you are trying to multiply row and column value. Okay, 2 into 6 if I do means 12 it should come. Okay, so that way we can able to find out whether the given value, the reshaping value will create a new array or not. Okay, again 4 comma 3 is possible, 6 comma 2 is possible. Okay, in this way we can able to give. If there are any other combination is there, it will give the same output means we can use it. But instead of giving 3 comma 4, if you are giving 3 comma 5, so if I multiply means it will give 15. The number, there will be lag, right? Again, it will throw error. Similarly, we are having 12 value, but I am giving only 3 comma 3, which is only 9 values it will take. Remaining 3 values is there, right? So again, here also it will throw error. It will not ignore any element. At the same time, it will not autofill with any values. So we should be very careful in creating the reshape of a particular array. So in this example, we are having, as we already know, we have two rows and then four columns. And using the reshaping method, I'm just, converting into four rows and then two columns I'm converting. So this is the initial output with, two rows and four columns. After changing, this is going to be my new array. Again, here what I have done is b dot reshape 4 comma 2 I have given, and I have stored in the value of b itself. So it got updated. Okay, if I have stored it in different variable means this will be in the same 2 comma 4 format, and the new array will be in 4 comma 2 format. Okay, so like that we can able to do. Then array slicing. Okay, we will see the slicing operation. Similar like list string, we can able to perform this slicing operation in array also, but here it will be little bit different. Okay, that we should be taking notes of. So again, I have taken two dimension array here. Okay, so here you can able to see the output. So I will just explain you, what is the difference between giving 0 comma 2 and 0 colon comma 2. So we are giving the array in the single line, so it may create some confusion. So what I will do is I will write it in this format. Okay, so now you can able to understand clearly. So two rows is there, four column is there. In the first print statement, what I'm trying to print is first value always row value, right? So we know this is zero index, this is one, and similarly for column also 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I'm saying 0. So this row, first row it has been decided. Okay. Then I am saying 2. In column, this is the 2, right? So it is taking the 9 and then it is printing it here. Okay. But here if you see means I have given print b of 0 colon comma 2. So what this 0 colon means? Why I'm getting output like this? So if you are doing the same thing in a normal list or string means it will definitely throw you a error. But since it is an array, okay, which consists of rows and columns, the first before comma it will have separate slicing, and after comma it will have a separate slicing. So first slicing is for row and second slicing is for column. So here I am saying to the program that okay, 0. Start from the 0th row and till the end of the row you take. So our program, what it will do, it will start from 0. We are having only two rows. It will take the first row also, like index of 1. Then comma. I am saying only 2, which is column. Okay, so we have already taken this part. So it will take like this. So that is why you are getting output as 99. It will not print in the column way. It will simply print it as a normal values. Okay, 99 only it will print. It will not print like 99 like this. It will not print in vertical. It will print all the values in the horizontal like a single dimension array. Okay, then my next question will be, what if I give 0 colon comma 2, again I'm giving one colon and I'm closing the bracket. So if I do like this means what will be my output? Okay, let us see the output. So same concept we have to apply here also. Here for row I have given 0 and colon. So it is checking till the end of the rows, right? Similarly here I have given 2 colon. So it has to take till the end of the column. So the output will be 9296. Okay, it will take these two value and as well as these two values. If I am giving only 0 comma 2 colon means, so I have to take only 0 row, like 0 index row only I have to take, right? So in this only I will get the output. So 9 2, it will print only 9 and 2 as my output. So hope you all have understood this concept how this slicing works in array. Okay, normally in string and list other places it is different, but in array we should know. So once you understood this concept only, later we will be performing some advanced operation in this square bracket itself we will do. So that time you will understand, okay, where to give the condition, how to slice everything you will be able to understand. Okay, so then we are going to see like mat in array, we can able to perform various mathematical operation. So we already know NumPy what purpose we will be using it for, to perform lot of mathematical calculation in a very simple way. So here also basic, when we take a basic math means what and all will come. So in the arithmetic we have already seen, right? Addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Similarly, if I want to perform basic operation like a minimum, maximum, sum, average, so those things can also be done with the help of the array method. Suppose you are having a array of student marks is there, okay, and you want to know which mark is the highest mark, which mark is the lowest mark, and you want to find the total mark of a student, or if you want to find the average of a particular student, so those things, basic things also as well as the advanced concepts also, we can able to do it very easily with the help of this array concept. Okay, so here if you see means I have taken a single dimension array and I am checking what is the minimum value, what is the maximum value, what is the sum of all the values given. Okay, so it will going to return each and every value here. Okay, so then we are going to see the arithmetic operation. So generally in Python, we have seen arithmetic operation, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, right? Here also we are going to see the same thing, but we are going to see between two array, not with the two numbers, but with the two array we are going to see. So how it is happening, we will see here. See, it is simple, very simple, like how we will add a two number. Same way we are giving like this, but inside the program, like how we are getting the output like this is, so what our program will do is it will take the first, suppose I'm planning to add A and C. I've given A plus C, right? How it will add is it will take the first value of first array, again first value of second array. Then it will add second value, second value, third value, third value, fourth value, fourth value. Like that it will add and it will return me the output in this format. So that is why you are getting output like 8, 18, 18, 8. Similarly, if I ask to, subtract A minus C, if I'm asking to subtract means it will subtract like 600 minus 4 you will get. If I'm doing the reverse, okay, if I'm doing C minus A, if I do means opposite answer I will get like minus 6004 I will get as my output. Similarly, we can able to perform multiplication, division. Okay, even if you want to perform float division, it is possible. Even if you want to perform you know exponent power of like we want to do means that is also possible. Even not only two array, if you are taking only one array, okay, I'm taking A, and then if I'm saying into 10, like that, if I'm saying means automatically this 10 value will be multiplied with all the values present in my array A. So output I will get it like 70, 90, 90, 20. So like that also we will get the output. Okay, so these are all the different ways. Okay. So one dimension, we have seen the sum operation, right? In one dimension, if you are giving sum means it will add all the values and it will return it. So what if we are going for the two dimension? So in two dimension, there are two possible, two different ways we can able to add the numbers, right? So let me just show you with the example so you will understand. Okay, so two dimension means this is how the values will be. So here there are two possibility. I can sum based on row wise or I can sum based on the column wise. Okay, if I am trying to perform a row wise sum, okay, row wise if I am planning to add, what will be my output? Similarly, if I am trying to, perform column wise operation, then what will be my output? So if you are trying to perform row wise, okay, row wise means 7 plus 9 plus 9 plus 2 if you are planning to perform means then you will get the output like 27. Similarly, 16 plus 11 plus 9 plus 6 if you are doing means like you will get 42. Okay, so this is one method. Okay, you are getting 27 and 42. Similarly, if I am not planning to do row wise, I am planning to do it with the column wise means then what we can do is we have to calculate this way. Okay, this is column wise, right? So 7 plus 16, you will get 23. Then 9 plus 11, you will get 20. 9 plus 9, 18. Then 2 plus 6, 8. Okay. So how we will able to say to our program, no, I want to, sum based on row wise or I want to sum based on column wise. So for that only we are using this attribute called axis. So if you are specifying the axis, accordingly it will calculate. If you are not specifying means in one dimension you haven't specified it, right? So it has already automatically added all the values. But when it's come to the dimension, you have to specify the axis because according to the axis, the output will change. Whether you are getting two value or you are getting four value, depend upon the axis only. Okay, so that is why we have mentioned the axis here. So if I give axis is equal to 0, it will perform column wise. And if I give axis equal to 1, it will perform row wise. And as I previously mentioned, we not only have methods of basic operation only, we are also having it for advanced operation. Like for example, if I want to do a square root, if I want to find the square root of array, or if I want to find the standard deviation of the array, okay, or if I want to find the exponent of the array or natural log or log of base 10, so everything can be done with the help of this numpy array. Okay, just we need to call that particular method and we have to pass the array into it. So for each and every value, it will find whatever operation you have told to perform, then it will return a new array. So we can store it or we can directly print those values. Okay, so now we are going to see this stack. So stacking, how we are going to combine two array and we are going to make it as a single array. Okay, so assume that we are having two separate boxes there. Okay, two separate boxes there, and I want to arrange these two separate boxes into a single box. So there are two possibilities. So what I'm doing is just I'm giving a name for the boxes A and B. Okay, and I can arrange the box one on top of another, right? A and then B I can arrange, or I can arrange a box next to one another. Okay, A and then B. Right. So this way we can call it as, vertical stacking, and this way we can call it as horizontal stacking. So that only we are going to do with the help of the methods. Okay. Here everywhere what we have to, consider few things is whether the values are of same size and shape. Those things we need to remember. If we are planning to do vertical stacking, we should check whether it is having same number of column. And if you are planning to do horizontal stacking, we should see whether it is having same number of rows. Then only it is possible. Otherwise, again, it will throw error. The same applies to, when you are performing the arithmetic operation also. Okay, if you are trying to add to a array or subtract or do any operation, both should be in similar shape. Then only it is possible to do each and every operation. So here also what we have done is we have taken two array B and F, and we have used the V stack method first, B comma F, then H stack B comma F. So here first B values are placed and in the bottom F values has been placed. And this output first B value is placed, next to that F values are placed. We are having a last method, like we are having another one method called Ravel method. So what this Ravel method will do is it will convert the two-dimension array. Okay, any dimension array we are giving means it will convert them into a single dimension, like it will convert all the values into a single row. Okay, or we can say single dimension. So here we need to pass any one array and it will remove all these brackets and it will make it as single dimension values. So you can able to see the output here. 722, I mean 7992, and everything has been placed here. So here also if you look means mostly it will be returning all the values instead of updating the original value. Okay, there will be two types of methods will be there. Some methods it will update the original value. So once it got updated means you can change back to its original position. So to avoid that, mostly we will use the methods which will return a new value, and that new value will be stored into our a new variable. Otherwise, if I want to update in my existing means, then I will give the same variable name and I will update it. Okay, so let us see it in the program part. Okay, so any text editor if you are using means first, as I mentioned, just check whether that particular library has been installed or not. So simply we can run import numpy and we can check. Okay, let me just run and show it to you. Simply give import numpy and run that particular line. Okay, without any error, it is getting successful means that that library has been already installed. If that not available means, then you have to use this particular line pip install numpy. Okay, you just have to give pip install numpy or any package which you are going to install. Then just run this particular line. We have already know that it has been installed, so it is returning requirement already satisfied. Okay, and it will ask you to restart. Since it is already there, you don't need to restart. If you have installed it for the first time, you can just click on the restart and you can restart your program. Okay, we don't need to run this line again and again, so I'm just commenting this particular line. Okay, I don't need this also, just removing it. Okay, so here numpy as np. Okay, I'm giving an alias name to it. Here, if you see means I have given np dot underscore underscore version underscore underscore I have given. So by using this, I will know which version of NumPy I am using currently. Again, this output may change for you. Okay, if you are using a older version of NumPy or if you are using an updated version of NumPy, the version may change accordingly. Okay, and that is not a big issue. Okay, then here you can able to see here every cell I have given the numpy as np import method and all. It is not necessary that every line you have to give, but if you are planning to run directly, then in that case you should know, you should have already imported the library, then only it is possible. Okay, so let me run each and every cell and show it to you. So here we have created a single dimension array and I'm just printing that value in the print statement. Similarly, here I am having the two dimension array and I'm getting the output in the same format. Then if you want to generate, okay, you want to create a new array means you can give a range. If I've given 12, right, and I have mentioned you right, we can able to use the reshape method also. So here I have used the reshape method. See, without using reshape method, if I run this particular line, okay, I will get output in this format. Okay, 0 to 11 it will print. And if I use line space, 1 comma 5 comma 6, so it is giving 1 to 5, 6 numbers it is giving. Instead I'm saying I don't want 6 numbers, I want 8 number, I want 10 number, anything if you are giving means accordingly it will split, the point value will start increasing. Okay, too much point value you will get, so I don't want that much point value, so I'm just changing back to the same and I'm printing it. If you want to reshape it when you are creating itself means simply you just have to give the dot reshape and what format you want. I'm saying 4 columns and 3 rows I want. So if I print that means accordingly it will be printed. Okay, if you are giving different value means you will get the different output here. Then comes the array property. Okay, in the array property ndim. Okay, instead of a if I'm using b ndim if I'm using means it is 2 dimension, right? For a it is going to be 1 dimension. Similarly, item size for a item size here it is 4 and the data type of that particular is int 32. Okay, and we are getting 32 4 and the shape of b is 2 comma 4. We know, right? We are having 2 rows and 4 columns. So that is why we are getting output like that. Then array reshaping. So separately also we can reshape our array and we can execute our program. Then slicing. So if you are just giving 0 comma 2 means it will slice like a normal array. If you are mentioning like 0 colon, okay, let me just run and show it to you. So this is normal output. So as I have explained, if I give 2 colon and I'm running means I will get 9296. If I'm giving only 0 and 2 colon means I will get 92. So how much you are changing, accordingly it will return different values. Then we are having array value operation. So we can perform minimum, maximum, sum of the array. So then we are having the arithmetic operator. So in this arithmetic operator, like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division is there. Along with that, you can also give, the power of exponent. You can give the floor division, everything you can give it and check. Okay, you will get the output here. So in the normal division, you will get the point values. So if you feel like you don't want the point value, then you can go for the floor division as well. So here, based on the axis, we are trying to perform the sum operation, whether you want it in row wise or you want it in the column wise for 2 dimension. Okay, we are doing for 2 dimension. Then we are performing some advanced operations like, square root of an array, standard deviation, exponent, log 10. So everything we are trying to do it here. Then stacking method. So as we have seen in the example, we have taken two array and we are performing vertical stack and horizontal stack. And if you want to convert a 2 dimension array into a single dimension means, then we can use this Ravel method.